What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Christian Witch Podcast. I'm your host, Chosen, also known as at Christian Witch HTX over on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at the same exact handle, at Christian Witch HTX. And then on Twitter, it is actually different. It's at Christian Witch X. The HTX was taken already, so that's the T on that. I am a certified professional psychic medium and certified and ordained minister through the state of Texas. You can definitely book a reading with me. I have psychic mediumship, past life, so we can do auragraphs, energy healings, intuitive tarot, life contract readings, paranormal consultations. I have a variety of services. So if you just go to any of my social media handles I mentioned, you can click the link in my bio. A little page will pop up that has all of my other links, and it'll say book a reading now. You can hit that link and then pick whichever service fits your heart's desire. Or if you don't have any idea what you want to do, just message me. We can work something out. Yeah, we're back with another episode, and I am just going to chat with you guys today. I don't know, just not feeling the vibe this week, and it's driving me nuts. But first, let's go ahead and run our little ad, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys, I don't know if it's just me, if it's just the weather here in Houston, but I'm just not feeling the vibes this week. I don't know if anyone heard the last podcast, but I had COVID pneumonia earlier this month, and then I got better, and I'm so thankful for that, and I was kind of feeling good for a week, and then just a lot of stuff's been going on, and, ever since the autumnal equinox, or Mabon, if you're, if you celebrate Wicca or anything like that, it's just been weird for me. My energy's been off, and I feel like I'm coming into this season where I'm going to be doing some shadow work, some inner healing, and I'm low-key kind of ticked off about it. I was messaging my friend Amy earlier, who is a wonderful and sweet, beautiful soul. You can find on YouTube, The Shadowed Path, and I believe her YouTube page is Amy Melaine. So that's AMIMELAINE. Just search it on YouTube and you'll find it. She's got some really good information on there, and she's super approachable and just really helps out any of her followers. But my point being was, we were messaging, and I'm just been in a funk, and I was telling her, I was I'm low key really ticked off that there's more inner healing to do. I don't know. I feel like I worked really hard to overcome a lot of traumas in life, and then more traumas happen. No one, I don't think anyone gives enough heads up or talks about the fact that once you're kind of spiritually awakened and you're focusing on these things, you're oh yeah, it's so important to heal, our hearts, and break down some of the traumas we're dealing with or that we've had repressed, and deconstruct some false ideas that we've picked up along the way in life. No one ever says oh wait, but also look out, because there's going to be more, and this is going to be an ongoing process. And I think about it, and I guess I kind of knew that we never arrive, we're always going to be working something out, but I never thought of it as oh, I'm going to keep getting traumatized and have to deal with it. So yeah, for me, it's been exactly a year since I left my home church that I was a huge part of for the last 7 years, 7, 8 years. I was very involved. I was a leader, and I discipled others and all that other stuff. And it's just been really hard remembering that. I guess the way that it all happened was just so unexpected. But also, I had this weird sense of, peace and justification. And thinking about it now in this context, I'm wait a minute, why would this be so... Why am I even letting this bother me? But the fact of the matter is, I was super close with the people that I was in ministry with. And it was like a losing family. It wasn't just like losing, a support system or colleagues. It was truly like just being cast out. Also, sorry if you hear my dogs bark, but like just being cast out by the people that you were so close to. And I never saw the reaction coming, but I know that I was so in the right in standing up for the heart of God and just what is right. And I believe the reaction was based out of fear, and I don't hold that against them, and I release them from any judgment on my part and forgive them. But it's just been kind of like, I don't know, that's the only thing I can think of that would be causing me to feel so off right now in this season. But I still love them, and if I were to run into them, I know they would treat me so nice and so well right now. But I don't know. Anyways, the last week or probably a week or two, things have just been off. Like the vibe has just been off, and I don't know. I do know that I am excited to go through shadow work or inner healing, to kind of focus on me as, like at this time of year, like it starts growing darker, and like people often associate the dark or black or night with like evil, and that's not necessarily true. I heard a quote once from my favorite book series called the House of Night series. And it, in the first book, their deity or whatever talks to the main character and is just like, light does not always equate to good, just as darkness does not always equate to evil. And I really, I loved that, because it's like, we've been programmed to think a certain way for so long, but like we also forget that like God created night and day, and there's so much goodness. I've always vibed with the nighttime. Like I always said, like I feel more alive at night. And anyways, my point being here is shadow work, or inner healing, we tend to think of as, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, but this season, I don't know, it just feels like it aligns with the timing of the year. Like, the nighttime right now is longer than the daytime, barely, because we just passed the equinox, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm sensing these things coming up, and it's aligning with the seasons, and I feel like I'm in the right place. So I am excited, and I'm happy, and I'm welcoming whatever's going to go on, whatever healing's going to happen. But I'm low-key so checked out I even have to go through it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm committed to doing so, and to becoming, to level up. That's part of the journey. And I think another thing I wanted to talk about was fear, and being the path that we're in, or even interested in, even if you're not practicing. It's been so associated with so many negative connotations. Also, I have a bird in the background. If you hear anything, that's definitely him. Like it's not like a ghost. But anyways, we're really having to redeem witchcraft and magic and deprogram ourselves from these ideas that it's wrong, that we've been taught our whole life, because it's not. But, it's hard to talk to other people about this kind of stuff. Actually, for me, not really, but like sometimes I get it. Like, I couldn't imagine like just openly telling my whole family, right now at least, like, hey, like, I'm a psychic medium. I am practicing witchcraft, and the Bible doesn't condemn it at all. And like, I'm prepared to defend myself and have that conversation if needed, and in a loving and honoring way. But it's not something I want to openly like do right now. But I mean, I know eventually one day I'll probably have to tell some folks, but I feel like fear really dictates that. And I don't want it to be a fear-based thing. I want it to be something that, when I make decisions, I always try to make them from a place of love. Like, I'm not scared that if I don't do this, this won't happen. It's, I love myself and I'm going to take my time and do this thing because it's going to better me. And when you make decisions like that, you're aligning with the Lord, and you're just aligning with such a higher vibration. I don't like to give fear or any negative spirit any more power than it deserves. I don't like to feed that energy. And when it comes to decision making, it's so important that we don't let fear dictate. And I feel like that's part of maybe where the trauma happened with my old church is the long story short is I spoke up for an LGBTQIA person, and basically was just Jesus has never condemned this. The Bible never condemns it, and that's a whole nother episode. But, and it just became this huge thing, and I was just blamed, and all of a sudden I was trying to convert people, or not convert people, deceive people, and anyways, it was just, I was so afraid that this is what they truly thought of me, or afraid oh my God, this is people are gonna think about me. I feel like that's really where a lot of the trauma comes from, besides obviously feeling betrayed. When it all happened, I really, I told people, I said, this is the worst, I can't think of a better way to describe it, but I feel violated. I feel spiritually raped, I was taken advantage of. And I know that may not be the best terminology, and I'm not trying to take anything away from anyone who's been physically or sexually abused in any type of way, but for me, that was just my experience, and I felt so violated in a way, and I really surprised myself in the way I handled that situation, and then the way that I really felt the strength of Holy Spirit really just allowed me to honor and handle that situation. But I feel like I may have repressed some feelings that are going to have to come out soon. So I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. It's just been a weird couple weeks, and I don't know if you're having a weird couple weeks, but I am. And I just wanted to chat with you guys and let you know that no matter where you're at in life, you could be having it could be going so smooth and grand for you right now. I love that. But wherever you're at, I hope that you can find a moment to realize that no matter what you're feeling, you are loved. You are worth more than gold. There's nothing that you can do that's going to improve or depreciate your value in life. You are worthy of the best things in your worst moment. And I just wanted to let you know that, no matter what you're facing, don't let your feelings, and especially don't let fear influence you. Always come from a place of love. It's what's most important. When it comes to diving into the occult and studying things that are a little not a little, but just aren't traditional at all, fear is a big thing. It's I don't want to be deceived by, any trickster spirits or anything like that. But, I'm often asked, how do I know that I'm not being deceived? How do I know that this is, acceptable to the Lord or whatever. And the best answer that I've ever gotten, or that I've ever come to is that we have to trust in the Lord and His ability to keep us more than we trust and believe in the ability of some bad entity to deceive us. We can't feed certain energies in our life, and we can't give more power to certain thought forms than they deserve. So I just wanted to leave you with that thought. And just know that I have so much love for you guys, and I love when you reach out to me and you message me after podcast. It's so makes me feel like, like this, this thing matters. And I'm really excited again for like this community that we're building. Let me know what you guys want to hear about. I've had some wonderful conversations with you. Like I've had a Q&A session with a couple people, and I was thinking about maybe doing like a short episode on answering those questions. That way everyone had access to them. But yeah, just message me. Let me know like what's going on in your world, but also like what do you want to hear from the podcast. And definitely check out our group over on Facebook. It's the Christian Witch in the Craft. We also have a fellowship group, and there's so many lessons and such great information over there in our guide section. Excuse me, guys. I just got over COVID this month, so I still have a lingering cough, even though I've had this cough all summer, so I don't know why I attribute it to COVID. But anyways, just know that it is totally okay to not be okay. It's okay to not feel grand. But just kind of find your center as best as possible in these moments, and just don't lose sight of yourself, and don't make any decisions based out of fear or feelings that are like just less than average for you. So yeah, this one may be a little bit of a short episode, but just know that I love you guys. I'm thinking of you, and I'm definitely gonna work through this. And hey, maybe we can start like a little community chat or something, or maybe we can start another Facebook group, like the Christian Witch Podcast Facebook group, where we can all interact and ask questions. I don't know. Let me know if you would like to see that or like to be a part of that. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming here. But anyways, okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. Love you guys. Wish you so much love and light. And yeah, get out there and align yourself with love. Talk to you later.